Hi guys, it's me again, Sir Mizzy. Today we will learn about the cell cycle and also mitosis. So let's begin. The cell cycle refers to the complete sequence of events in the life of a cell from the moment that cell is produced from the previous cell division until the cell itself divides to produce more new cells, like this. The division of the nucleus, known as the karyokinesis, and also the division of the cytoplasm, known as cytokinesis, only occupy a small part in the cell cycle, which is known as the M phase. The cell spends most of its time preparing itself for the next cell division, in a phase called the interphase. As you can see in the cell cycle, interphase takes a much longer time in the cell cycle. Let's have a look at interphase. As you can see, interphase consists of three phases. You have G1 phase, S phase, or the synthesis phase, and G2 phase. They occur in sequence. Different things will occur in different phases. Let's have a look. To make sure that the new cells that will be produced will get equal amount of organelles and also materials, the mother cells will have to increase the number of its own organelles and materials, such as lipids, carbohydrates, and proteins. The production of all these materials and also new organelles will cause the volume of the mother cell to increase. All of this will take place in G1 phase. During S phase, or the synthesis phase, the mother cell will make an extra copy of its DNA through the process of DNA replication. As we all know, the DNA stores the genetic code of an organism. The mother cell will replicate its DNA, so there are two copies of DNA, so that when the cell divides, each of the daughter cell will receive one copy of the genetic code. Without DNA replication happening in S phase, one of the daughter cell will receive incomplete genetic information. Without a complete set of information, the daughter cells produced will not be able to function properly. Why can't it function properly, sir? Thank you for that question. As you know, DNA code for protein, and protein plays a variety of crucial roles in the cell. Do you still remember this? These are the functions played by membrane proteins, the one that we learned when we were learning about the fluid mosaic model of the plasma membrane. Without a complete set of code, some of the proteins will not be able to be produced. Therefore, certain functions cannot be carried out by the cell. As the conclusion, during the S phase, the mother cell will duplicate its DNA through DNA replication to ensure that both of the daughter cells will receive a complete set of genetic information. Karyokinesis, the division of the nucleus, and cytokinesis, the division of the cytoplasm that take place in the M phase of the cell cycle, requires a lot of energy. G2 is the final phase before the cell enters M phase. Look, here, just before it enters the M phase that requires a lot of energy. So therefore, during the G2 phase, the mother cells will increase the number of its mitochondria, since we know that mitochondria is responsible for production of ATP by cellular respiration, and at the same time, the mother cell will also increase its energy store. Besides that, the mother cell will also continue to synthesize more proteins. By that, we have finished learning about the cell cycle. To recap, the cell cycle consists of two phases, the interphase and the M phase, where cytokinesis and mitosis take place. The M phase takes a relatively short time in the cell cycle. The cell spends most of its time in interphase preparing for the next cell division. Interphase can be divided into three stages: G1 phase, S phase, and also G2 phase. Different events will take place in different stages.